Morning guys, welcome to day 4 of week 13 of the Guildford City Fitness live stream. Make sure you've cleaned your warm-up area and you've got a drink. So we're going to get going with a breaststroke themed warm-up today. We've got animal movements as the game at the end, but we're going to start off with compass lunge. So 5 lunges on each side, working your way around, compass, clock, whatever you want to call it. So make sure your hips always stay facing forward. So even on that diagonal, don't go too far because you want to keep yourself flush.
Morning from Sam, good morning to you both from Zach, and morning from Edith.
How you doing guys? So then switch legs and try and push yourself back onto one foot in the middle.
Morning from Grace.
Fight it, don't fall over. Hey Grace.
Morning from Troy.
Hey Troy.
Morning from Morgan and Phoebe.
Morning Phoebe, how are you? Compass lunge into divers.
Hello.
Should be really good at these from yesterday.
Hello from Dylan, and morning from Harry.
Hey Dylan, Harry. Whew. 3 on each side, see if they feel different to how they did at the end of yesterday's session. Try not to fall over. If you're going to fall over, just cut the range a little bit and bend your knee slightly. Ugh. Divers then into sea march. So same advice as usual. Do it against the door so you don't go as you start to lift your leg to the side. Stay nice and tall. 3 on each leg.
Good morning from Luke.
Hello, Luke. Into wall to streamline scat press. So standing against the wall, hands back to back, elbows locked straight.
Good morning from Manon and Nugget. Sorry I'm late. Smiley faces, hamsters, kiwis, and dogs.
It's okay, Manon. Hope you're doing well today.
Today my dog is watching me as I do it.
Ooh. I wish our hamster's too lazy for that jazz. And scat press, make sure you're back, so set it like you're doing Superman, and just push your upper body. So some people start to bend their elbows around your back. Just keep it all flat and organised.
Morning from Tom.
Hey Tom, just push your hands through, like try to push the floor away. Try to leave a hand print in the ground, and then you're going to go into star jumps, which you're all very good at this point. And then animal movements. So let us know what you want to see. Then we have 2 yesterday. I was supposed to start off with. I was up in the middle of the round when I said I would do flamingo walk.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
You did do the...
I did do them.
Yeah.
It's fine. So just remember, it has to be animal movement. You can't just call it a bean or something like that. So let's get going then. 2, 1, go. There was gorilla walk for many. So gorilla walk.
Morning from Tom and good morning from Violetta.
How you doing, guys?
I already read Tom's one. I keep doing that lately.
Oh, my breath already. There's frog leaps and
Yeah.
kangaroo hops. Crab walks. So low as you can. Straight back. 3 steps each side.
Hamster run.
Bunny hops in between. Oh, hamster run.
Chicken eating a runner bean.
So that would be, that's bee march, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
and then like that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
So knee high, kick your legs straight, and then peck, and stop. Over around. Yeah, some of them look similar, but you're trying to chain them together, so it makes it a bit more complex. In, 2, 1, go. Bunny hops are just the default. Okay, duck walk. Try and keep your hands up off the floor. Try not to lean side to side. Bunny hop. Okay. Then bear crawl.
Good morning from Scarlett and Michael.
Oh no, I've gone same side. So back straight. Caterpillar walk. Just walk out. Hands towards, feet towards hands.
What's the Spider-Man thing that you do?
Oh yeah. Spider-Man walk, finish off.
Yeah, because that could just be a spider walk.
Like that.
Yeah.
Done. So it's Thursday, so you've got whole body stuff to get going with. Incline press ups, walking lunge. So that's just going to be walking around your area or going backwards and forwards if you haven't got space. So like that, and then reverse. But if you've got the room, just walk around the room. Then incline press up with the table, inverted row under the table or bent over row, and reverse plank march. So I'm going to go bent over row. I did an incline yesterday. Any questions, let us know. If you need anything changed, I'll jump in and tell you what I need to. So incline press up to start. In 3, 2, 1, go. And we certainly did enough press ups yesterday. You should get a decent amount of challenge from these today. Even if they are easier runs, just keep your elbows pointing down towards your feet. Ten seconds left.
Morning from Cara.
Hey Cara. And stop. And it's a walking lunge. Let's keep it at this. In 2, 1, go. Just like that. Try and hold yourself in streamline for a bit of extra challenge. Just make sure you lean back so that every time you lunge down, your back's completely upright. You're not leaning forward, and relax. So you want to make sure that when you come out of that lunge, you're pushing with your feet, not swinging forward. Bent over row in 2, 1, go. So we're trying to pull that bag through your body, squeeze as much as you can like you're holding the top of an inverted row. And stop. Then reverse plank march to finish off the round. In 2, 1, go. So hands wider than feet, keep your hips pushed up high, and just drive your knee towards your head. I'm going to try and make it even harder, push your feet away from your head. So if you go feet a bit further away, this makes it harder not to use your hamstrings. And then 5 seconds left. Stop. With that one, Try and make sure you keep your knees inside your hips. Just from that front on view, go up. Don't try not to let your knees go out, because your hamstrings start to take over and you want it to all be a hip movement. So back to the start. Incline push-ups in 2, 1, go. So controlling your elbow position. You can put your feet wider if you think it helps. Just try and keep your chest above your wrists. Make sure your feet are supported if they're going to keep slipping, depends what surface you're on.
Good morning, Jordan and Demi. Sorry I'm a little late today from Tegan.
Try team. Walking lunge. In 2, 1, go. So side on view, in streamline. And then push with your legs. So, just on that side. Push, you should almost slip if you push hard enough.
Good morning from Scarlett.
Hey Scarlett. You can pull your feet together. So walking around the room, you're not finishing some of the work by leaning forward, it's all legs. Stop. Then it's bent over row again. In 2, 1, go. So if the bag's the right height, you can always go single arm. Make sure you twist your hand. Certainly thinking all the ones in rags. Got a lot of good shoulder work done here with the same exercise. The bag's still going to hit the floor, it's no good. Just make sure you get your back straight. Swap sides. And then don't pull through your shoulder. So fix everything apart from your elbow. And then stop. And then reverse plank march. Two, 1, go. So push your hands and your feet down. If you're starting to if you're tiring out at the back end of the week, and marching makes your hips drop a little bit like that. Just stick with a normal reverse plank. Hold this position. What you can do is try and go for the overhead reach. So you want your feet wider for this one. And go up overhead. And then we're a few seconds left. I mistimed it. 2, 1, relax. So you guys stop now. You get 20 seconds rest, and we'll go through that one more time before we move on. So any questions, let me know. If there's anything you want me to suggest to make it easier or harder, wherever you need. So incline press up in 2, 1, go. The cushion just helps your wrists sometimes, so if you keep the base of your wrist higher than your knuckles, take some of the pressure away. So anyone that might have experienced that, could even be some books, just something that elevates the heel of your palm. Or you can go hands on the side of the table like that. And stop into walking lunge. So, body awareness. 2, 1, go. So every lunge, try and keep your torso in between your knees. Try and play around with the width of every lunge, just as long as you can push. So if I go too far, I can still push that with my back foot and it gets me back up to standing. And stop. So that's done, you're into bent over row again. In, 2, 1, go. What you could try if you're feeling really fancy is single leg. So thinking regs again, or challenge yourself if you want, really light item. Do that single arm, and just take one foot off the floor. So it's a little bit more complex. Switch sides. But the main goal is to hold that position. So you're pulling whilst your core holds your body shape, and relax. Overrun a little bit, but maybe give that a try, even if you just try and do that. Is reverse plank march. 2, 1, go. So it takes a lot of effort. When you take one foot off the ground, you're going to push the other one down. You might even find it easier to learn. So stomp with one, lift with the other. Because you're going to learn, relax there, how to engage that stance leg. It's almost like using your hips on the upbeat of a kick. Then you go, 1 minute break. Second part then, movement skills. So we've got frog stands, sky sit-ups, bicycle crunch and skater hops. So it's the way we've been doing it for the last week or so. Remember, skater hops, you can try and make them more reactive this week, as long as your posture is impeccable. So, build it up. Just make sure if you pause, you look like that. You're not wobbling all over the place. Frog stands, I think you all know those by now. Sky sit up, everyone can get a laugh at me doing those. And bicycle crunch, we can cover when we get there. So grab a drink and we'll go into frog stands. In, 2, 1, go. So you always want to have that cushion ready to hand. So no matter what, make sure your back's relatively straight and you've got a lot of push down under your centre of mass. So you're squeezing your hands, trying to grip the floor and then relax. So then you go into sky sit-ups. So feet above hips. 2, 1, go. I still have to run my back a lot. It's better. Keep your back straight, support your feet. So again, this is one that might be more aimed at the more advanced kids. Make sure you keep your back straight as you go through. And pull from below your belly button and relax. So you're 35 on, 10 off for this part 2. Then you go into bicycle crunch and skate hop to finish off. So 3, 2, 1, go. So opposite knee to elbow. And you want to rotate as much as you can, just like the opposite of your Russian twist yesterday. Go side to side with your elbows, don't just sit up. Keep moving your legs. If you want, you can just go sit up and twist. And stop. So the main thing here is that your lower back always stays on the ground. So your posture is taken care of. It's just about the rotational strength of all these core muscles here on the side of your ribs. Back into frog stand then. 2, 1, go. Oh, when it's skate hops. Oh no. 2, 1, go. Sorry, I got a little bit lost there. Pause every now and again, so do a couple, and then go back to rebounding. So make sure that whenever you land, your shoulders don't go over your foot. And stop. Now you get 20 seconds. I'll demo it one more time. So when you land, try really hard not to flop over past your foot. As soon as you hit the floor, bounce back the way you came from. So frog stands in 2, 1, go. All right. So last couple of seconds, we have 15 seconds left. Just try and hold those positions so your back stays straight. And relax. Couldn't have done that a few months ago. So, then you go sky sit up. In, 2, 1, go. See what everyone's saying. That's it. It's hard, but make sure you don't drive your knees out to the side as well. Keep them in line with your hips. And then pull with everything below your belly button. I'll check my phone while I do it. That's good enough. And stop. That one's done. Bicycle crunch. It's a bicycle crunch in 2, 1, go. So I'm going to keep anchoring my feet. So I'm going to focus on the twist. So if you can do it without the problem is if you do it too quick, it's all momentum, not muscle strength. And relax. God, that looks awkward. And then skate your hops to finish off round 2. And 3, 2, 1, go. So if you don't want to go for repeated rebounds, just try and build the distance on each hop. I'm just going to put my own phone for a second. So make sure you land in a quarter squat position. Don't bounce into TV. And relax. So, last 20-second break of the round. Okay, cool. Acceptable demo. So, frog stands again. Or if you can go for a proper handstand, do that. 2, 1, go. Sometimes realize it feels easy at one point and then it feels like you're going to fall over. Okay, relax. And just got sit-ups. And 2, 1, go. So make sure the whole time you're working, that back stays straight. A really explosive pull, so everything below your belly button, fire it hard. Control it back down, and then stop. Into bicycle crunch. In 2, 1, go. Second last exercise of the day. So just run across opposite elbow to opposite knee. Yep, so you can sit up, but it makes it a bit too similar to the full sit-up. Last few seconds. And relax. Also, if you do that a bit too quick, you don't get anywhere near as much rotation. You just sort of go like a little tap like this. You want to be twisting as much as you can. Skater hops to finish the session. In 2, 1, go. I'll try and stay in shot this time. So you want to land in that soft knee position. Control it. If you land with a straight leg, you're more likely to fall sideways like this. And you have to make sure it's a jump, not just a side step. So the difference is that compared to that, there's more air time, more to deal with on landing. And relax. It looks far less athletic. So even looking back in the video, you can tell what looks like a jump and what doesn't. The more control you can create around your knee joint and your hip joint, the more robust you're going to be in the water. Especially practicing skills that you don't practice all the time during the week. So, stretching time. I've got a new one to show you for hips as well. So we'll go quads, right quad, left ham. So if you've got comments, let me know. And then I'm going to talk about foam rollers as well, because I've had messages about them. Ugh. I'll get it in a second. So get as tall as you can. Make sure there's no pinch in the top of your knee. And then lean forward into hamstring stretch. Down Sophia, don't worry about the alarm clock. Same for the T and TG set as well. I was still struggling with that when I was in my teens. You're welcome, Tegan. Have a great day. Glad you enjoyed it. And then we'll switch into right hip. But no, we're not. You're going to go left quad because I have a new hip stretch. Before I forget that. So right quad, left hamstring. Then we'll go left quad. So hopefully you can tell I haven't really had to force these stretches, they just kind of have got progressively better over time. Concentrate on breathing. You can lean a bit so you don't have to do the whole hand overhead. Just drop your shoulders a little bit. And then we'll go right hamstring. Okay, Grace and Sam, you're very, very welcome as always. So I'll repeat the bits about the foam roller after I've done all this, in case you missed them. Just let me know, let me get an idea of who does and who doesn't have a foam roller, and what might put you off from getting hold of one. Okay, Manon, can't wait for the next session as usual. It's great to hear from you and Nugget. It's Thursday, I think. I keep losing track now that it's 3 months in. Ugh. Okay, so the new hip one is going to be, it's called a shin box. I mean, it's had loads of different names over the time since I've learned it, but sit, hands back, feet pointing forward, knees pointing forward, spread them slightly further than hip width apart, and then just let your knees fall to the right, like that, and try and sit up. So as you do it, young ones might not feel anything, but you should feel a bit of a stretch in the inside of your hip. It's almost like if someone tied a rope right up to the top of where your leg meets your hip. And then swap sides. So the more you sit up, the more you're going to feel it. And then just keep swapping sides. If you can, try and progress it so you don't have to lean back. So just into there. It's quite weird when it doesn't feel like a stretch. You're welcome, Danny, Sophia, and Dylan. Hope you have a great day. So have a play with that one. You might have to move your feet further forwards or further backwards. It doesn't feel like a normal stretch, but it's really good for improving squat range of motion and improving hip health because you've got a bigger range of motion. And it's one of the things that we measure on the, well, swimming will measure it on the phase 2 camps, and we measure it in the older age groups. Luke, you're very welcome. Have a great day. Then you're going to go into lat stretch. If you cross your feet over, and then rotate your elbow. So I think this week, I think I trust a lot of you now to know what you need to do for mobility. So I just narrate what I'm doing. So hands in position, and that little elbow wiggle creates more dynamic stretch. So you're stretching and then relaxing. Go both directions, and then swap sides. You don't have to cross your feet. I just find I get a little bit of extra hip stretch if I do. Okay, you're very welcome, Harry. Actually, when I was going to talk about foam rollers, that was for your benefit as well. So in terms of what, I wouldn't pay much more than £15 for one. The main thing I go for is this hollow core. So it's got plastic middle, it'll last you so much longer. It turns out that Lewis gave me this one as a gift. Didn't realise it retails for 30 quid, and it says it's on sale from 40. But the £15 ones have like weird teethy things inside, which they try and market as being extra beneficial and they help you with more mobility. And I'm not convinced. I think this one's really comfortable. But if it's your first ever foam roller, like I wouldn't pay £30 for my first one. On the other hand, my first one was like £7 in Argos, and it was just pure solid foam. It didn't last very long. After a little while, it gets a flat edge, and it doesn't roll so good. But you lot way less than I do, so you might be okay. So I'd say about £15 tops, absolute tops. And in terms of which ones are firm, which ones aren't very firm, just play it by ear. Like, you can do a lot to control your body weight, so if it's really hard, just support yourself more. It's better than getting a really squidgy foam roller that's comfortable and you end up flattening it out in a week or so. Chest stretch to finish off. Gonna go with a normal standing one for a change, because you can still hit all the positions you need to. It's there. Make sure you can try and push in each position. So this is where we're trying to improve mobility as well with those split press ups. You should feel pretty good pushing and catching in all positions, whether it's here, there, all the way through, without feeling pain. Just keep your elbow high as you let your chest come through. And that little bit of push to make sure that tension comes through your chest muscle on the side of your body there. On the front, sorry. And then with your challenge, you've got your sprint, 90 seconds rest per 100 that you run. And you choose whether you do 100, 200 or 300 times 3. Have a go with that hip stretch. Let me know how you get on. I think it's one of the key things that really limits people. It's called, because it, like, without getting too nerdy, it's improving your internal rotation. So it's one of the things that will most limit your ability to squat. So it's this bone here turning in towards the middle of your body. We measure it by, if you sit on our desk and then turn your ankle to the side, you should be able to get about 45 degrees. So you don't have to measure it completely, but 45 degrees plus. The breaststrokers are going to have a bit more range than that. I've measured some people in the past that are like here, they're really, really tight. Work on that stretch, you might be able to get some more. So one leg at a time. See how that feels. Apart from that, I've gone on for long enough today. We will see you all tomorrow. And from everyone at Guildford City, well, thank you for watching live and have a great day. Take care, everyone.